you're not even getting any single purchase. This might have a lot of variables, but I'm gonna tell you how you can solve this issue. Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is your man Mo, and what I do is I help businesses generate more leads and sales online. Before starting out with our video for today, I'm gonna tell you the same thing every single video, so you know what to do. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, and make sure to smash that like button till it turns blue, because it will help the algorithm to let this video reach more awesome people like you and help them scale their businesses. So our topic for today is very simple. So much frequently asked from people is how can I retarget users who visit my website without even purchasing, or adding to cart, or visiting the checkout page without even purchasing. As you may know, or you may not know, that almost 75% of carts are getting abandoned every single day. I know that you might be facing problems with your Shopify or e-commerce or your WooCommerce store, where when you're trying to do the campaign, get a lot of add to carts, a lot of maybe checkouts, but you're not even getting any single purchase. This might have a lot of variables, but I'm gonna tell you how you can solve this issue. Now, I'm gonna dive deeper into my laptop, show you how can I personally do the retargeting campaign for people and generate more sales. If you go now to my laptop, I'm gonna show you what you can do. First of all, you need to go to the Ads Manager. As always, go to the Ads Manager, go to the Audiences tab, and you will now land on something like this. Make sure you're selecting the ad account that you're working or doing your campaigns on, so you can keep everything under one ad account and do not mix things up. So, first of all, when you're trying to do a retargeting campaign, you need to explain what is retargeting first. Retargeting is a word or a terminology used when you target users who you have previously targeted before with your cold approach or prospecting campaign. Now, you're trying to retarget them with an offer, with a FOMO effect, with a FOMO message, or whatever you're trying to communicate with them. However, the retargeting is a terminology where you're targeting them again after targeting them in the first place. So, to do this, you need to do two things. Create something called a custom audience from the Audiences tab, and creating a retargeting campaign. Let's dive deeper into the laptop to see how it's done. When you go to the Audiences tab and click on the Create Audience, the blue button, go to something called Custom Audiences. When you click on Custom Audiences, you're gonna see the sources that you can rely on when you're trying to build that custom audience. In your case, if you're trying to retarget people who visit your website without purchasing, you need to select the Website tab over here. Click on Website and then click Next. Then what you need to do is the following. If you don't have Facebook Pixel ready and set up on your store, you're definitely missing out and doing a big mess up. You need to first of all target users on a certain events that are triggered by your Facebook Pixel. Either purchase, add to cart, checkout, view content, which is view the product, or page view. In your case, if you're trying to retarget people who add to cart, you need to first of all target people who triggered the event called add to cart. Let's look at it over here. Now, you need to select your pixel, and the event can be either you can do it on specific web pages. I'm going to show you how it's done. So if you want to do it on a specific web page, you click on people who visited specific web pages. You include in this bar over here a URL that contains the word cart. Make sure you don't have any URL on your website that doesn't contain the same word, or it's not going to be properly executed. You can do, if you want, you can do it as equals and do it as follows, like www.yourwebsite.com/cart. So this way you're telling Facebook that he needs to create an audience on the people who visited that particular web page. Now, if you don't want to do it this way, you can do it based on the other way, like targeting people who've triggered a certain event. For example, we have the people who, let's say, initiated checkout. This is not an e-commerce store. This is another thing that is selling digital products, but it serves the same purpose. Now, let's say that you are trying to target people who initiated a checkout. Now, what you can do is tell Facebook that this audience should be people who initiated checkouts in the last 30 days, but you need to exclude people who did something called a purchase. So what you're telling Facebook over here in this audience, that you need to target them in a way that they have triggered the event called initiate checkout, where they reached somewhere that they need to put their credit card or debit card, but didn't perform the action till the end. They didn't complete the purchase. So now you are telling Facebook to create this criteria as an audience with the people who went through this funnel, and then you can create a campaign, which I'm gonna show you how it's done. Now I'm gonna create this one. I'm gonna name it People Initiated Checkout Without Purchasing. This is the audience name. Now you need to do something that is very critical, and over here you need to tell Facebook not to include any of the following criteria. It should include all the following criteria. So what you did over here, that you're telling now Facebook, again, everyone who initiated a checkout but didn't complete the purchase within the last 30 days. You can do it for maximum like 180 days. I'm gonna create an audience, and now you need to create an ad. Click done, and you will see it over here. It's populating. It takes around between 30 minutes and 48 hours. It really depends on the size of your audience. Now, what you need to do is you need to go to the ads manager and create the campaign. Now, how it's done. First of all, open the ads manager. Make sure to click create. So after clicking on the ads manager, click create as usual and select the campaign objective as conversions campaign. Now when you continue, click continue, then what you need to do is the following. Make sure to name the campaign, keep everything as is. If you don't really want to test different audiences, you can keep everything as is. If you want to target multiple audiences, then create CBO. However, when it comes to retargeting, you don't want to test any audiences. This is not something called cold prospecting, or you're not trying to reach cold audiences. These are warm audiences that have been interacting with your business for the past 30 days, and now they need something that can trigger them to complete the purchase. Now, after naming the campaign, I'm going to name this as retargeting campaign. Retargeting campaign. Then go to the ad set level. And this is where the tricky part is. All what you have to do, first of all, select the event that you're trying to do the campaign based on. So in our case, it's purchase. Then we go down to the budget. I'm gonna keep the budget maybe $5 a day. And I'm gonna keep it as an ongoing campaign. Whoever visits my website, initiate checkout, and doesn't purchase is gonna see this ad. It's gonna be ongoing, it's evergreen, it's automatically being generated automatically. Now, when it comes to the country, I'm gonna keep the country as is. Now, here is the tricky part. How do you find the audience that you created to retarget them? You need to click on custom audiences. Make sure to click on this bar and it will automatically show in front of you. You can filter by lookalike audiences, you can filter by custom audiences, and you can filter by all. However, since we created this audience right now, I'm gonna select it. However, you need to wait till it's populated. Make sure to generate more data before creating this retargeting campaign, since it will help Facebook deliver much more better results for your campaign. So when we select the custom audience, now you can see that the custom audience we have created over here is people initiated checkout without purchasing. This is the custom audience that we have made. However, you need to wait till it's populated so you can launch the campaign. Now, whatever you do after this is really up to you. Please stick to what I'm gonna recommend you, because you're already narrowing down enough when you're trying to retarget. So whoever is visiting your website, opting in to your cart, or initiating checkout but not purchasing, they are already narrowed down. So I recommend to keep the country as is, whatever country you're trying to target for sure. If you're a global brand or you want to target people in a specific country, then go ahead and select another country if you want. Regarding age, everyone who was in your prospecting campaign in the relevant age group is already narrowed down. So I recommend to keep the age as wide as possible, since you want to reach out to everyone who abandoned the cart. Now, lastly, the genders, same thing. The targeting, also same thing. However, if you're trying to sell a lot of products at the same time, you have multiple products, you can target users with specific interests, or maybe with people who viewed multiple or certain products if you want. If you're selling one product or two product store, just keep the detailed targeting as is, or you're gonna narrow it down even further and you won't really do much results. So when we go down to the automatic placements, also keep it as is. Go even further to the optimization and delivery. Make sure to keep it as conversions so Facebook can charge you per conversion or per purchase. And lastly, for the ad, for the creative part, I'm gonna create a video talking exactly about the ad when I create something with my team. So now for the best part is how to create the proper retargeting creative or campaign for your Shopify store. I don't have anything in my hand right now. Me and my team are gonna do something that you can follow as an example for retargeting. However, what you need to consider for retargeting is the following. You can either use the FOMO effect, which means you can create an urgency or scarcity for people to purchase, or you can do an offer or a coupon code that users can use to purchase your product. Let's say that you're selling a backpack, and whoever initiates a checkout or adds to cart but doesn't purchase, you can retarget them with a 35% discount, telling them if you do not purchase within the next 48 hours or 24 hours, the offer is gonna expire. Or you can do something else that says limited supply or limited stock, or grab yours before stock expires. You have unlimited options on how you can retarget users based on human psychology. You can use a coupon or an offer, or you can use the FOMO effect. I'm gonna keep a whole video for you that discusses how to create the best compelling ad for retargeting. So thank you for watching and stay tuned for my next video.